This is Personal SEO Teaches How to Migrate Posts and Pages from RealGeeks to WordPress. This is the second time I've done this video because the first time I did the video, my mic wasn't working. It appears to be working now. All right, so this is a WordPress, just the back end of WordPress. So when you log in initially to WordPress, you go to the dashboard. And then this is where you start. And then what you do from this point is you click on posts, and then you'll automatically go to all posts. And this will show you exactly which posts have been copied over from RealGeeks and the optimization score. Obviously, we want to get as close to 100 as possible, but since we're just doing the migration now, we're going to do all of the SEO stuff. And if it's high, great. If it's not, it's more important about getting the content over than it is about getting the score higher, because we'll just come back in later and get the score higher. Okay, so this works with two separate websites. So here's the WordPress website, and then I'm going to move this a little bit and adjust to a different browser, which I advise doing. I advise using two separate browsers for this just to keep organization happening. So you will see me, you can't see me on the screen, click over to this other browser, but you'll see me in this video switch back and forth between the two browsers as we copy the content over. Okay, so one thing to be aware of is that after you log into RealGeeks, they use a platform called Django, and you will be teleported. When you log in, you will be sent to this page. So what we're just after on this page are the posts. So I'm going to click on post, and it will give you the same list that WordPress does. Same exact list. And the same exact thing is they're going to show you publish date. Same thing by publish date. You can, if you really want to, adjust the publish date, but I just want the content. I don't care when it's published. It's more important to grab the content over. So just know that you'll be working from top to bottom, all 67 posts or 64 posts. You'll work from top to bottom, and on this one, as you add posts, the newest post that you're going to have is going to be added to the top, not the bottom. So it's kind of a little reverse, but not really. It's not that big of a deal. So if I look on the WordPress side, I can see the last one was Wrigley's Pub, and I just go down the list and see Wrigley's Pub. So this is the one I did the video with no audio, and now this is the video with audio. So Tim gets to do it again. Okay. One of the things that RealGeeks does is they have categories, but the categories aren't really used in SEO purposes. They just post their blogs under blog. While WordPress actually posts their blog under the actual category. So you can see the category column here where it's a lifestyle and then buyers. If I right click and choose open in a new tab, it's just important to notice that it's, this is the test domain because we're doing a migration, but you can see it has buyers / and then the name of the post. Same thing if I went to the lifestyle, right click open in a new tab, you will see it says after the domain lifestyle / and then the name of the post, which is important for search engine optimization. So as we build this site out, we just kind of have to make sure that all of the buyer posts actually go into the buyer's area, all the seller's area, all the selling posts that actually talk about selling go into the seller's category, and all the lifestyle posts go into the lifestyle category. So organization is key here, but it's really simple to do. So we're going to take this post, 5 questions to ask before moving to an adult community. You can see the whole title up here. Well, obviously that is about buying. And I'm going to say that some of the posts you're going to have to just choose between the 3 categories. Don't create another category, just choose. When in doubt, throw it in lifestyle, and then we can always adjust later. So on WordPress, we're just going to hit add new. And again, in RealGeeks or Django, you start with this administration page, then you click on posts, and here are all the posts. You can either, just depending on your workflow, you can right click on it and open in a new tab and then just work on this and then just go back and then choose the next one, or you can click on it and just again remember which one you're on. So it just depends on how you like to work. the very first thing that we like to do here, again in WordPress, I'm going to go over this again. Under all posts, the thing you click on is add new. So therefore, you now are editing this post, and on this side, you are adding a new post. You can then just click up there, hit Control A, Control C, and then paste in the title. Once you paste in the title, then choose which category it's going to go into. I'm going to do this here, which is, I'm going to put this in buyers because it's talking about buying or moving. So that kind of makes a little sense. Under focus keyword, I'm going to place that here. I'm going to click edit snippet. And under the title, since it's all red, and what we want is just 60 characters, I'm going to erase there and paste it. If it's more or close, then you're fine. You can't really do anything at this moment. You can't edit it in any way, so just leave the one character there. It's okay, it's not going to hurt anything. Under description, I'm going to click and paste that in, and then add that in the dash. So now we just need pretty much just close to 100 more characters, and then the description will be done. The ideal version is to get every single thing green. However, we're just doing migrating, so I'm not going to push this issue. If we were doing fully original content, then I would push this issue a little more. Okay, so I'm just going to get that out of the way so it's not confusing. So I'm going to move this to the side. And then the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to copy the content over. I've noticed a lot in this site that the owner started using Microsoft Word, which has a bunch of extra crappy code in it. So what I do is I copy this from this point and down. I do not use the more tips for retirees and just choose Control C to copy. And then on this side, I hit Control V. WordPress is fairly good at removing all the extraneous code, and it's fairly good about making it look fairly well. You'll notice that if it automatically scrolls down because the rank math plugin really wants you to type in a description, which is kind of annoying. So let's just handle that real quick. So the descriptions. What we have to do is we have to add about 100 characters. It's 160 characters total. There's already 63 in there. So what we need to do is add a little bit of what the page is about prior to doing anything else. 5 questions to ask for every adult above 55 years. The next thing, which is definitely cool. However, there's important. I'm just kind of going through and saying, oh, okay, this is actually that goes with the title. That's all I'm doing is I'm matching this in the title. So I'm going to scroll down, and then I'm going to paste that in, and that's going to give me 154 characters. Now you can play with it by adding a few more characters and going, okay, why is that still red? It shouldn't be red. Why? It should be green. 64. So if I just go to 67, what is the deal? You can actually delete a little bit more. Oh, now it's green. So what Rank Math is saying is that they really want 150 characters, and 160 is the limit, so 153. This right here actually shows you what it's going to look like inside of Google. Understand that this says uncategorized, but since you check the box and have not yet hit publish yet, it'll say uncategorized until you hit publish. That is one more thing that we need to go about. Never use uncategorized. It's search engine unfriendly. It doesn't do anything. It's just there basically if you started a post and then you had to leave and then you come back to it, then it will be in the uncategorized section. Don't use it ever. It's not fun. Okay, so the next thing that we need to do is we need to grab this picture. Because this picture is hosted on RealGeeks website, when Rugability switches over to the WordPress site, this picture will be gone. So what I do here is I right click on View Site, open in a new tab, go to that tab, right click on the image and hit Save Image As. And then I'm just going to save it to my Downloads folder, which Windows 10 conveniently tells you what you've done today, so it won't be that big of a deal. When you can choose either to edit the photo, which gets a little difficult in trying to actually figure out where the image is, or what I normally do is just click on the photo and hit the X. Okay, now I want to add the photo back in. So I click on the one section. You can leave it here or there. I just tend to do that. That's just what I do. Click on Add Media, go to Select Files, and then this is the most recent file that I've downloaded, and then hit Open. there is the lady. Okay, this was on the right side, and you could just look at the post and get, oh yeah, it was on the right, so I'm going to put it back on the right. Really easy, so I'm just going to choose right, and then I tend to do the medium size. If it looks funky, you can change it. So here, I'm just gonna make sure this is in the video. I'm gonna hit insert post. Okay, so here's the image, and say you think it looks too small, you can just always go to the pencil again and then change it to the larger size and then hit update, and then it's going to be super large. So I'm just going to go back to medium, but again, best guess your choice. The other thing I want you to do is grab the title, hit Control C and copy it, click on the pencil, under alt text, paste in the title, and then hit update. And then you'll see that the SEO went back up to 62. And then the next phase I'm going to do is just hit publish. This has been fully migrated over to the WordPress website in the correct area, and you can move from there. If, for example, you see something wrong, then go ahead and fix items. If you I just happened to look at it was red, so I'm like, oh well, all of that should be capitalized, and now it is. So that's it. Don't worry about the links. I will take care of that globally, and that's pretty much it. So now this is what it's going to look like. You can see it's under the buyers section. You can see their key phrase there. The key phrase is in there. It's at 62. 62 is okay. Now we're just going to hit update and move on to the next one. So on the RealGeeks site, what you're going to do is you can close this window, you can close this one, you don't need it anymore, and just go down to the next one, right click, and hit open in a new tab. And again, this one just happens to be about buying, and then just repeat the process. Fairly simple. And again, I want you to ignore the more on how to buy, the extra links at the bottom. I want you to ignore them, because in WordPress we can just add related posts at the bottom of every page anyways. So this is Personal SEO Teaches how to migrate from a RealGeeks website to a custom WordPress website, and optimizing as you go along and organizing as you go along as well. Again, remember to make sure that you choose the correct category, whatever category that the post fits into. For example, what does an HOA cover in Sun City? That would be a buyer's question. So you'd put it in the buyer's section. And the other thing that most people forget is to copy the image over. And the one thing that I just forgot is to add a featured image. So you would go to featured image and go to media library and click on the same image that you just used in the post. That's important for another section of the website, but that's pretty much it. If the post has multiple images, then be sure just to pick one and add one to the featured image section of the website. And that is the entire thing of Personal SEO Teaches how to migrate from a RealGeeks website to a custom WordPress website, optimizing the posts and pages, because it's the same exact thing for pages, on to the WordPress website. And thank you for watching, and have a good day.